So I'm Frances Knight. I'm a lecturer, a developmental psychologist at UCL Institute of Education. Children that have poor sleep have impaired attentional and cognitive functioning. So if they're given tasks to do with sustaining attention on a task, or where they really need to quickly divert their attention onto another task, or tasks of working memory and things like creative and abstract thinking, they'll be much more reduced or impaired in their ability to perform these tasks than their peers that sleep well. And obviously, all of these tasks are things that you would need to do in the classroom. So these have huge implications on classroom learning. And also in terms of behaviours, we see a much larger rate of challenging behaviours and emotional problems. So quite more impulsive or hyperactive. They might have an increase in externalising problems. So those are more kind of combative behaviours. But we see a huge increase in internalising problems as well, which are things like anxiety, where the child's kind of internalising any of these issues. So these are the kind of amounts of hours that you should be aiming for in terms of each developmental population. But in terms of a good sleep guide, the crucial thing is establishing a routine and sticking to it. Make a bedtime and make sure you stick to it. And then also have a number of things that you would do as your bedtime routine and do them in that particular order each time. After a while, it might be that if kind of brushing your teeth is the first cue on your bedtime routine, then the child might actually start getting tired at that first cue because the body's predicting that the rest of the routine is to come. Really important things are making sure that the room is a sleep haven. So before a child goes to bed, make sure it's dark, make sure it's cool and quiet. And also on the flip side, make sure in the morning you give it a really big signal that it's daytime, so that you kind of open the curtains and give it a big flush of sunlight. If you can, then you want to keep the bedroom media free. There's actually quite a lot of research now going into the detrimental factor of even having one of these around you, and the fact that your focus, your attention will always in some part be on your phone. Media or electronic media is really disruptive in a number of different ways. So if they're playing Candy Crush and they're really into it and they want to keep getting to the next level, they'll start getting adrenaline pumped into their system, so it's not very conducive for sleep. Obviously be aware of caffeinated and sugary food and drinks. And then exercise regularly, but not before bed. Okay, so in terms of what a typical nighttime routine might look like, so you might have them having a light snack before bed. There's some research to show that there's certain types of nuts which are sleep promoting. So they're almonds, Brazil nuts, I think there's one other. Take a bath, put on pyjamas, and if you do it in this stepwise fashion, you stick to that each time, then, like I said, at the light snack, the child's body might start getting prepared for the fact that it's sleep time and that they're going to be going to bed. Like I said, with our ADHD research, we found that giving them one pass was quite useful, so that they were allowed to go and do one thing. During this, if they think of something, they're allowed one pass and they're allowed to go and kiss the dog goodnight, or they're allowed to go and, I don't know, do whatever it is that pops into their head. But allowing that one pass just means that they're not continually saying, I need to go and do this and I need to go and do that, and getting up and out, in and out of bed.